can you tell the lovely people here how you really feel about milk?
I love milk. I love it. No, I hate it. I hate whole milk. I hate 2%. I hate skim milk. I hate almond milk. I never liked it. Vince McMahon gave me this character, the milk-drinking nerd, and I hate that too.
Because we know that in 1999, Steve Austin came out with the beer truck, and he did the beer truck with Vince McMahon. So in 2001, they do the angle where you're going to do the milk truck. How is that? Who comes up with that idea? How do you find out that it's going to happen? And what do you remember about sort of getting to the building that day and realizing you're going to have to douse Steve Austin, Stephanie, and the whole alliance?
That was a cool night. What I said in my Hall of Fame speech, I really meant. You know, you want to create moments because they last forever. And what Stone Cold did with the beer truck and dousing Vince McMahon with beer, that was an incredible moment. And to be able to match that moment with a milk truck, which is ridiculous. But my writer, Brian Gewertz, came up with it. This guy was very talented. He always came up with all my material, and all the stuff that I did, I have to give him credit for it because it didn't come from me, but I went out there and I did it. So I get a little bit of credit, I guess. But, you know, what's crazy is that was my biggest moment. I hate to say it, but it was even bigger than my WrestleMania moments, you know, wrestling Shawn Michaels and Brock Lesnar and Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton. You know, the milk truck incident was the biggest moment of my career, and it's what's talked about the most, and it's what people remember the most about me, and it's a really cool thing to have that.
I mean, I've got to ask, when you were aiming the milk in the ring, was there anyone in particular that you wanted to specifically make sure got a little bit more on? Because we've got like Stephanie in there.
I was aiming for Stephanie. I wanted to get the boss's daughter, man. I wanted to douse her with milk. Actually, it wasn't milk. It was white-colored water. How about that? Cheapos. But what they had to do, really, they had to take a hose, a big heavy-duty hose, and they hooked it up to the arena's water system. And they pulled the hose out and connected it to the truck. And then when I got in the truck, and there was white food coloring right inside the hose. So when I would spray it, all the white stuff would come out. It was crazy. But the milk in the milk cartons, they were real. I did fake drink the milk when I was on top of the truck, but I didn't really drink it. I never drink milk, never.
I mean, when you get backstage, did anybody kind of say, you know, you went a bit rough there with the milk, or was Vince happy? Like, what's the reaction like when you walk backstage and all these drenched people come back?
I know Steve Austin didn't like it. If you look at him when he's in the ring, he is miserable. He's not even selling it. He's just like this. So I didn't want to be around when Steve came back. And the crazy thing is, right after that celebration, I had to catch a red eye. And I didn't have time to change my clothes. If you remember, I put the milk all over my body, all my shoes. So what I did is I changed my T-shirt, and I drove an hour and a half from Sacramento to San Francisco to catch my red eye. And I get there, and I get on the plane, I take my shoes off. And about an hour later, I'm sleeping, and I hear someone say, "What the is that smell?" I was loving it. I was like, great. And you know, it smelled like dirty feet and sour milk. And it was unreal. I loved that whole trip back. I felt a little uncomfortable, but at the same time, I was like, them. I had to do this segment. They didn't.